Hiya guys, how's it going? Super B 1996 here, and welcome to a brand new video series that I have started on my channel, and it is just called the Versus series, I suppose. Now this is where I take two game franchises or games or whatever type of media, and I pit them against each other just to see how they fare against each other. Now I'm not too sure how often this video series will happen. This may be like every week or every other couple weeks or something like that. It won't be that often, but I thought I'd do it anyway. But what better to start this off? Because I haven't really been doing any Sonic discussion videos, just because there's not been much to talk about in the topic or relating to Sonic the Hedgehog. So considering my channel also does cover it as well, I felt like my first Versus series video should be based on the lovable blue hedgehog. Well, he used to be lovable, but today I'm going to be pitting two franchises together, and I call them franchises because they are technically different franchises, although they are technically the same character. It's really weird, but I'm pitting the modern day Sonic the Hedgehog series against Sonic Boom. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog, modern day Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're a Sonic fan, you know it as normal Sonic gameplay, normal modern Sonic. You can even count the classic Sonic stuff as well. Why not? This is just normal universe Sonic. And then on the other hand, we have Sonic Boom. Now, for those who don't know what Sonic Boom is, it is a new adaptation or a new a new line on the franchise. And it takes it into a completely different direction, a completely different universe. The characters are mostly the same, but in a way they are not the same. It is really odd. This game just hurts my head, and the cartoon's actually really funny. So I advise you go and see the the cartoon. So a lot of Sonic fans don't like Sonic Boom. I am included. Apart from the cartoon, the games suck. The games are absolutely dreadful. So now we're just going to compare stuff from every single game from these different sides of the franchises, I suppose. So when I talk about games from Sonic the Hedgehog, I'll be talking about, or I'll be bringing up like games like Colors, Generations, Lost World, etc. And we're just going to compare these two franchises together, and we'll see which one I think is the best one out of the bunch. So one thing I want to talk about first is just the stages of each world. Now, in Sonic the Hedgehog, the normal Sonic the Hedgehog, stages are your classic affair, checkerboard levels, Green Hill Zone, your classic Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. You know, we all know it. We all know and love these stages. It's just the Sonic normal, really nothing too out of the ordinary. Now, Sonic Boom completely scraps this design and goes with what I think is more bland and generic. Now, don't get me wrong, in the cartoon it works, but when you play Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric or Shattered Crystal, these levels are really dull, and like the world and the stages are just really dull compared to like Sonic Generations. Now, I may be completely biased here, but I'm just going to throw Sonic 06 into the mix here, which is part of the normal Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Yes, that was generic as all hell. That game was really, really generic. But when we look at Colors and the classic Sonic games, compare them to Boom, whose stages are just not that interesting. It's just, oh look, there's a forest. Oh look, there's a canyon. Oh, there's a little village. You know, it hasn't got the Sonic style to it. That just takes me back to the whole thing about their worlds. Both of their worlds are completely different. Sonic Boom's world is definitely a lot more populated. It has more side characters, definitely. It has, well, actually, when I mean side characters, I mean like NPC characters, these kind of guys that just walk around the village. Sonic Boom admittedly has more of an ecosystem to it, I suppose, if that makes sense. But the normal Sonic the Hedgehog world just has a lot more charm to it. Now, I may be saying it's just because I might be biased towards Boom, but these are just my overall thoughts on it, and I just don't like the world of Boom. I think Sonic Boom is just really bland. The world and the stages are just so bland. Like, compared to normal Sonic, it's just so bland, and I'm excluding Sonic 06 there. But let's talk about the characters. Now, the characters are pretty much the same, except they've all got different designs. We all know this. There's no point in hiding from it. We all know that there's different designs and stuff now. I mean, really, there's not too many differences. I think Sonic looks weird in his Sonic Boom design. Sonic just looks awesome in his modern day and his classic day look. Tails, actually, I think Tails looks better in Sonic Boom. I just think he looks a bit more stylish, I suppose. I just think he looks better. Oh, and then let's talk about Knuckles. Now, Knuckles, that's a doozy. We all know about Knuckles, don't we? I don't like Knuckles' design, hate it. Now, I'm not going to say that everyone else should hate it, in my personal opinion. Not a fan. I would have thought it was going to grow on me, but it actually hasn't grown on me whatsoever. I don't like the design. Amy's design is, couldn't really care less than Sonic Boom. But you know, Sonic Boom is just drastically different in some areas of its character design and stuff like that. The characters in general have a lot more personality in Boom, but yet again, in terms of Knuckles, I think Knuckles has an absolutely ridiculous personality. They've made him a complete and utter idiot. Now, I don't agree with this one bit. I don't think Knuckles should be treated as an idiot. He was always the rival of Sonic. I know this is a completely different line in the franchise, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's utter crap. I don't think it suits Knuckles. So that's me getting really passionate about that. But moving on from the... Oh no, before I move on from the characters, like I said, Boom has a lot more side characters. Shadow and Metal Sonic do appear every now and then, but that's what I've got to say on that, really. Right, what was the next one I was going to talk about? Story. Now, if we was going to compare the story from Sonic Boom to Sonic Adventure, then I would say Sonic Adventure wins hands down. But I don't know, it's really weird. As of late, the modern day Sonic stories have been really bad. But then Sonic Boom isn't exactly all dancing and rainbows either, so it's really hard for me to say which one has a better story. Now, if we're talking about the Sonic Boom cartoon, the Sonic Boom cartoon is contained in a universe, so it doesn't really change all the time. It's just these little mini-sodes. Apart from Rise of Lyric, Shattered Crystal, and Fire and Ice, which have their own individual stories in them, I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I can't give this one to anyone, really, if I'm going to be completely honest, so I can't really say. So we're just going to move on. In terms of gameplay, modern day Sonic all day long, I don't care. Sonic Boom, now, maybe they might make a better game, but Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal and Rise of the Lyric had so much potential, but just flopped so badly. And, you know, I'm not too much of a fan of the Sonic Boom Rise of the Lyric gameplay. Too slow. Miles too slow. But, yeah, you know, I love the modern day Sonic gameplay. I love Sonic Colors gameplay most out of all of them. That's what I've got to say on that. I think modern day Sonic's definitely got the best gameplay. I think a lot of people will agree with me on that. But yeah, overall, if you're going to ask me, it's an easy question. I love more like normal Sonic the Hedgehog all day long over Sonic Boom. I love the Sonic Boom cartoon, don't get me wrong, but Sonic Boom just doesn't hit all the right buttons, I suppose, for me. But that's all I've got to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This video is a bit rough around the edges, admittedly it's my first go doing it, but share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, and yeah, I shall speak to you guys later on. Speak to you later.